You need some props? My word's too big. I got to show you in pictures. Great. Okay, here we go. When it comes to these decisions, the Constitution gives our president lots of power, and Steve Bannon is the key advisor. Okay? And our president will not be deterred.
What happens to Melissa McCarthy now? All right, Sean Spicer out. He would even joke about himself from those portrayals on SNL. But they won't get that opportunity now. All right, it's Jen Hex. Let's ask my other wingman, Dion Baya, attorney Christy Kunzig, Your World producer, Andrew White at Fox News Headlines 24/7, Carly Shimkus. Andrew, what do you think?
I guarantee you that when SNL has their first episode in the fall, Spicey will be there. Whether it's the revenge of Spicey, where
I think you're right.
She will be there in full force and doing the same stuff, because it's still going to be a topic for them when they start up. Because the summer...
Oh, no, they're not going to let go.
And you know what? This was one of the most popular characters that the show has seen in years, really. And I don't think Sean Spicer really liked it very much, but unfortunately for him, I agree with you. Spicey's not going in. I think what they're going to do now is have Melissa McCarthy dress up as Spicer trying to break in to
I thought the
White House press briefing.
The exact same thing, that they would try to do one of those kind of deals.
Yeah, we're putting a bet on the table right now. I agree with you.
Revenge. I think that's hysterical, but they absolutely have to keep it, because between Spicer and Trump, this is their most popular season, and I think it was like 22 seasons.
By the way, all these Emmy nominations.
22 Emmy nominations.
And she got 2, and Alec Baldwin for Trump got 2, right?
Which is abnormal for an SNL. I mean, SNL is always praised, but the show isn't great, but those characters...
Yeah.
When SNL is doing their politics, that's when it's at its best.
It's funny when they have to outsource. They had to bring in Alec Baldwin to do Trump, and they had to bring McCarthy.
So now we need a character for
Scaramucci.
Who's going to play Scaramucci? What A-lister?
I don't know. It'll be very probably stereotype of him. You know what you'll do. Maybe make Italian jokes or whatever.
Robert Downey Jr. comes to mind. I'm sure he won't mind that.
Could totally do that.
Well, bottom line is, I think that if you're in the entertainment community, you still go after Donald Trump, right? So Alec Baldwin isn't going anywhere. He's still reprising that role. So
well, it's also giving them ratings. Like we said, they're getting Emmy
but
nominations
Alec Baldwin
for it.
said that he's going to pull back on the Trump character because he thinks people will experience Trump fatigue. I think that he has a point there.
Well, they'll be there until, you know,
he's there for the opening.
Everything will get old.
I don't think Lorne Michaels is having fatigue.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But I think you're right. Spicey will be there in the opening episode. All right, meanwhile, guys, there's a new study that shows people waste more than 1 day a week at work on non-work activities. This does not apply to Sean Spicer, for whom it's a moot point. But, Dion, what do you think of that?
I think people need to get off this thing. I think if they, ban these like they do in schools from workplaces, that would be cut down in half.
Yeah, but they waste the equivalent of a day.
Well, this study said that people spend about 56 minutes on their phone during work a day. So, yeah, you're right. I don't see a problem
on
on their phone or non-work-related activities. But I don't see a problem with that, because if you're getting your work done, then and you need a little work-life balance.
I'm sure we've all
seem a little agitated.
But I'm sure we all walked into a retail store and you go to say hello and they're just.
Did Neil say something?
But nobody's ever.
You're such an idiot.
But wait, who's the bigger idiot? For real?
I don't know. It's a
I think I'm outpacing him right now.
I don't know.
I think Carly hit the nail on the head. As long as you're getting your work done, it's fine. And they've had other studies that show. I mean, you're really.
But what if your boss sees it? You're a lawyer, right? So if the boss sees it and said you're doing all this other nonsense, could he or she fire
I would kill for time to even look at my phone and acknowledge that it exists.
I think the boss is going to be on their phone, too. The boss is doing that, too.
10 years ago, this was the internet. People like, oh, you have internet access, so they're surfing the web at work. And now that we have it
I was surprised. I don't know where they got it. Just seemed very, very high to me.
No, I think it seems low.
I think it's
really
low.
And you know what? Americans pride themselves
not for me. I mean, I don't know. Why is it always the other guy?
What are you doing?
Don't you work for him? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, exactly. What does that say? All right, guys, I want to bring up to you, and this brought it to mind that, bacon right now is going through the roof, which is a cliche phrase here, but bacon prices are just crazy. And it reminded me of a certain Homer Simpson moment. Take a look.
I'll have the smiley face breakfast special. But could you add a bacon nose, plus bacon hair, bacon mustache, 5 o'clock shadow made of bacon bits, and a bacon body?
How about if I just shoved a pig down your throat?
That waitress is now the new White House president. No, kidding. You know, what's going on is that the high demand and fewer pigs, bottom line,
products like that.
Sure.
Dan always comes prepared.
But are you
Wait, what is
amazed?
that, chocolate bacon?
Would you limit it?
With lard all just on it. And
but people apparently are paying happily even when prices in some areas were doubling.
Well, because it's bacon. I mean, how could you ever say no to bacon?
Well, no, I think bacon is actually cool now, and the reason behind that is because restaurants started serving more bacon as a counterculture to the healthy food
But isn't
trend.
that place in New York, it's only all they serve, right? It's
I can smell bacon right now,
Bacon bar, that's right.
Well, yeah, it's become this cool thing.
And they're thriving.
And we had like the whole explosion of food TV shows. And all the chefs, like what Carly was saying, it was like cool, and they were doing all these products, so it's like, oh, I got to do this one with it. You know what I learned from all of this? That we have a bacon reserve in this country, and it's at its lowest level in like 60
It's like oil. You know,
like,
more people are worried about that than they are
know,
oil.
It's almost 18 million pounds that we have in reserve, and that's light. That's low.
I wonder if it's because we're Americans and we could do anything. We'll put bacon on cookies. We'll put bacon on ice cream.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
There is a level. When milk prices went out of whack, a lot of you guys are too young to remember this, or bread prices went out of whack, people stopped buying the bread and the milk, or not as much. But bacon?
Nobody's stopping with the bacon?
Yes.
Really? We're going there. So I'm just wondering, what is it about bacon that keeps it thriving?
It's a brunch essential. You need
It
it.
is,
And then how can you go to a bacon beer classic if there's no bacon?
Wow.
It's
Like, where are you going to get your full milkshake?
This study said that people eat 3 pounds of bacon a year.
Well, clearly you need that.
Yeah, she's eating all the bacon.
We're wrapping it. One other item, and this one blew me away, because Elon Musk wants to build what they call a hyperloop from Washington to New York. That would mean that it could take as little as 29 minutes to get between the two cities. First of all, I don't understand how this would work. It'd be underground, right? I mean, and you're 29 minutes.
It sounds terrifying. I mean, so what I've gotten from it is that it's somewhat like a water slide, but you're going to be in like a pod inside of it.
It's like the old technology. Remember in the bank, you put the thing in the tube.
But there are people in it.
But they're on a serious note. We really
29 minutes.
We really have to start re-examining the infrastructure issue we have here, because our infrastructure is over 100 years old. And
I know, but
we look at Asia and stuff.
You're in a donut. You sound like it sounds like you're in a donut.
Re-examine it. I could take a train moving faster, maybe like 90 minutes, but I do not want to be in the hypermagnetic pod at 29 minutes and then self-combusting.
Wait a minute, it takes about 3 hours now on the fastest train.
I'm sure 100 years ago, people were saying, like, I don't want to go on a horseless carriage. That's just poppycock.
And I think that when air travel...
Didn't he say he got a verbal okay?
I don't know what that means.
He said he got a verbal
From whom?
From the White House possible. I could see the president really being interested in this, though, because one of his campaign promises was revamping infrastructure. So
we have to, focus on that infrastructure.
Maybe you entice them with bacon as they get on.
Like you say, the logistical of it is like, the water table going under bedrock.
Don't even get me going on the
This could be bad news for the airline industry, though.
All right, guys. Wow, that was great. Just ending on that one.